Sensitivity of moving coil galvanometer. Now, when we say something is sensitive, that means it will show large response. So if small current flows and the galvanometer shows large deflection, we say it is more sensitive. So of deflection the ratio of deflection to the current flowing through coil of galvanometer is called as sensitivity. That is, it is given as d theta upon di, which is ratio of change in deflection to the change in current flowing through the galvanometer. If we start from 0, then it is only theta upon I. Its unit is division per ampere. Its unit is division per ampere. Just copy till this, then we'll see what is formula for sensitivity in terms of I, A, N and B. Completed? Written definition, sensitivity?
Yes, sir.
For a moving coil galvanometer, current I is K upon NAB into theta. We are interested in d theta by di, so I'm just taking derivative. Di upon d theta is K upon NAB. So d theta upon di is NAB upon K. That means sensitivity is NAB upon K. Right. This is actually current sensitivity. Done?
Yes, sir.
Now, if they give you current sensitivity and they ask voltage sensitivity, then see what to do, because usually they will do that. We know by Ohm's law, V is I into R. So V upon theta is IR upon theta. Theta upon V will become theta upon IR. So voltage sensitivity is current sensitivity upon resistance. Copy this formula. Voltage sensitivity is current upon R. Ammeter. So question can be, what is the resistance required to convert moving coil galvanometer into ammeter? So we are just finding how ammeter is constructed. So modified form of moving coil galvanometer used to measure modified form of moving coil galvanometer modified form of moving coil galvanometer used to measure current is called as ammeter. To measure current, ammeter should be connected in what? Series or parallel? Yes, to measure current, ammeter is connected in what? Series or parallel?
Series.
Ammeter must be connected in series. Now suppose, okay, just copy this much. Modified form of moving coil galvanometer used to measure electric current is called ammeter. To measure current, ammeter must be connected in series.
Done, sir.
Don't write now anything, just see explanation. Suppose this is resistance R equal to 10 ohm and this is battery of 10 volt. How much current will flow through the circuit?
One.
So if I connect ammeter, it should record 1, correct? Then only it is perfect device. If this ammeter is connected, it should record 1, then it is perfect device, otherwise it is faulty. Now ammeter is nothing but modified form of moving coil galvanometer. So if I have a resistance, because it is galvanometer, तो कुछ तो resistance होगा. If resistance is very high, let us take 9990. So total resistance of circuit will be 10 plus 9990. That will become 10,000. Now I will become voltage upon resistance. Voltage is 10 upon 10,000. So 10 cancel. It will become 10 raised to minus 3 ampere. So earlier which was 1 ampere, due to high resistance it is recording 10 raised to minus 3 ampere. That means our device is not giving me correct result. So I should try to make this high resistance as low as possible. When you connect a resistance in parallel, then equivalent resistance is lesser than least. That means if I connect it with parallel resistance of suppose 0.01, then 0.01 and 9990 ka parallel will be less than 0.01. So now my total resistance will be 10 plus something less than 0.01. So it is slightly less than 10.01, which is close to 10 again. So current I is voltage upon resistance will come nearly 1. So earlier which was faulty is again becoming accurate. So can I say resistance of ammeter must be as small as possible?
Yes.
क्योंकि अगर हाई होगा तो रेजिस्टेंस ज्यादा होके करंट कम कर देगा. तो मुझे एक आइडिया आ गया, एमीटर का रेजिस्टेंस मस्ट बी एज स्मॉल एज पॉसिबल. सपोज ये मॉडिफाइड फॉर्म ऑफ एमीटर है, मॉडिफाई कर दिया है, विच वॉज रिकॉर्डिंग 2 एम्पियर. तो अगर मुझे 10 एम्पियर रिकॉर्ड करना है सेम से, तो मुझे एक्स्ट्रा 8 एम्पियर डाइवर्ट कराना पड़ेगा ना. मतलब यहाँ पे कुछ ऐसा पैरेलल रेजिस्टेंस जिसको शंट बोलते हैं शुड बी कनेक्टेड सो दैट इट कैरीज 8 और बाकी का 2 इसमें जाने दे, तो ये डैमेज नहीं होएगा ना. हेलो हेलो.
Yes.
Once you
Yes, sir.
derive value of shunt to record 8, then you cannot measure 9, नहीं तो फिर से डैमेज हो जाएगा. So we will try to find the shunt to measure up to value which we want. Once you have decided, you can't increase, decrease chalega. So shunt gives us two idea. One, resistance कम करता है. Second, extra current को अपने पाथ से divert कर लेता है. So we wrote ammeter is connected in series to measure current. उसके बाद आपको लिखना है the resistance of ammeter must be as small as possible. Resistance of ammeter must be as small as possible. Also, its range must be increased. Both these purposes both this purpose matlab to reduce the resistance and to increase the range. Both these purposes can be served by connecting low value shunt resistance with galvanometer. Just write this and we will derive expression for shunt. Written full?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we'll derive formula for shunt resistance. Ig is full scale deflection current to galvanometer. To measure current I, shunt resistance X is connected in parallel. I minus Ig will flow through shunt. Finally, Ig and I minus Ig will remain as I. So this entire arrangement is actually called as M. We can see galvanometer and shunt are in parallel. Therefore, voltage across galvanometer is voltage across shunt. So Ig into G is I minus Ig into shunt. Therefore, shunt value is Ig into G upon I minus Ig. So with this formula, we can find value of shunt. But we will not remember in this form. I will modify it and that form will remember. Modification is like this. This is Si minus Sig equals to Ig into G. So I can say Si is Sig plus Ig into G. That means Si is Ig into S plus G. So this will give you S upon S plus G is Ig upon I. So I will prefer that you read Bahad this formula. S upon S plus G is always Ig upon I. One formula is Ig into G upon I minus Ig. Second formula S upon S plus G equals to Ig upon I. Please copy this much. Just copy full formula. In one more format, I am giving you this formula. S is Ig into G upon I minus Ig, or S upon S plus G is Ig upon I.
Done, sir.
Okay. Now, since S equals to Ig into G upon I minus Ig, so Ig into G divided by I minus Ig divided by I will give you S equals to divided by Ig divided by Ig. So numerator will become G. This is I upon Ig minus 1. Let I upon Ig equal to N. S will be G upon N minus 1. You can remember this formula also. S is G upon N minus 1, where N is I upon I. Copy this also. Written? Okay. Now we'll see what is voltmeter. This is also modified form of moving coil galvanometer used to measure potential difference is called as voltmeter. To measure potential difference, voltmeter is connected in parallel across external resistance. In parallel across external resistance. The resistance of voltmeter must be as high as possible, because if it is not high, it will divert main current along its path, resistance पे current कम जाएगा. Resistance of voltmeter must be as high as possible. Just write this much, then we'll derive formula for series resistance. So connected in parallel as high as possible. For ideal, it should be infinite.
Done, sir.
Now, if this is a galvanometer resistance, Ig and Vg are full scale deflection current and voltage. So to measure current voltage V, we require series resistance R. So this entire arrangement becomes modified form of voltmeter, which will record total voltage up to V. This is Vg and Vr. So for voltmeter, we can see total voltage is across galvanometer and across series resistance. Because it is in series, same current will flow throughout. So V equals to Ig into G plus R. So we can say V upon Ig is G plus R. From this I can say R equals to V upon Ig minus T. So using this formula we can find series resistance R to convert moving coil galvanometer into voltmeter. Please copy to this.
Done, sir.
Now see what is Ampere's circuital law. Ampere's circuital law. The integral. Line integral means around the boundary, not along the surface. See, for Gauss's theorem, we use area, and for Ampere's circuital law, we use line. So, line integral means around this boundary. This is line. Line integral of magnetic field, that is integral of B dl, B bar dot dl bar. That is called line integral. Dl means length. Length is like line. So, line integral of magnetic field over closed loop, is always equal to the permeability times current enclosed by that loop. So it is mu naught time I. Line integral of magnetic field over closed loop is always equal to permeability of free space times current enclosed by that loop. Therefore, line integral of V bar dot dl bar is mu naught I. So if it is Gauss's theorem, then we got flux is equals to 1 upon epsilon naught times charge inside. Here it is nothing but, and flux is nothing but E into ds. So integration of E ds will become B dl. 1 upon epsilon becomes mu naught times charge becomes current. So actually it is similar to Gauss's theorem. Just like this statement, sometimes only they will give which one of the following represents Ampere circuital law. Yes, written.
Yes, sir.
Applications of Ampere's circuital law. First is for long straight conductor. Find magnetic field by Ampere's circuital law. Let P be a point at a distance r near long straight conductor. Draw an Amperian loop with center on the conductor, radius r, it will pass through point P. Intensity at point P is V bar. So by Ampere's circuital law, integral of V bar dot dl bar. Dl bar is always in the direction where you are moving. So it is equal to mu naught times current enclosed. So it will become B dl cos 0 is mu naught I. B, B at every point will be same because distance is same from this conductor. So into dl is mu naught I. Now integration of dl, these are all dl, 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 dl will become circumference. So 2 pi r equals to mu naught I. Therefore B is mu naught I upon 2 pi r. Even by our Biot-Savart's law we got same answer. So please copy this. By using Ampere's circuital law, B is mu naught I upon 2 pi r. Yes, done.
Yes, sir.
Solenoid. Solenoid. It consists of soft cylindrical iron core made up of soft iron on which coil is wounded along its length. I want magnetic induction by using Ampere's circuital law. So current enters from one end and leaves from other. Now if we draw, suppose I cut this cylinder, so we see this thickness. We see this thickness. Current will enter from here and comes out. So if you observe carefully, current is coming out from here. So I am representing dot, 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 and enters from this end back. This is cross. So if magnetic field for current coming outward, if you take right hand thumb rule, imagine the conductor is moving up, current is coming out. So your curled finger will be pointing upward. Can you see it is pointing upward? See, first hold the pen horizontal. That is the thickness. Now conductor you bring towards it. That means turn the pen and so that it is facing you, not horizontal. Wall के अंदर जा रहा है pen. That means it is vertical to perpendicular to your body. Can you see that pen? अभी ये पेन को होल्ड करो राइट हैंड से, थंब बाहर दिखाओ, थंब कर्ल्ड फिंगर किधर ऊपर जा रहा है क्या? Your palm is moving up.
Yes.
Now when you curl that palm, upward side it is going to the left, downward side it is coming to the right. Can you see? Can you make it that arrangement like that? देखो पहला मैंने क्या किया, पेन को मेरे हाथ में रखा हुआ राइट हैंड पे, थंब आई एम पॉइंटिंग टुवर्ड्स मी, कर्ल्ड फिंगर ऊपर दिख रहा है मुझे, मतलब रूट के ऊपर. नाउ आई एम टर्निंग दैट कर्ल्ड फिंगर, वो कर्ल्ड फिंगर इज टर्निंग टू द लेफ्ट, फिर नीचे साइड से इट इज कमिंग टू द राइट. फॉर यू ऑल हाउ इट इज कमिंग सेम वे, मतलब ऐसा ऊपर जाके इधर से नीचे आएगा ना ऐसा. सो दिस आई एम गेटिंग फील्ड का डायरेक्शन. You also got same way? Okay. For this one downward, again see, when current is going in, so my curled finger is pointing down towards the floor. When I turn it, it is again coming from the upward side going to the right. Did you get? So this is direction of field. Please draw these two diagram. This dot 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 is current and cross 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 is current going from here, it is coming out and going in. So out wala dot, in wala cross होता है. Drawn?
Yes, sir.
So if I draw third figure like this is solenoid. Field is going towards right. This is B bar. Length of solenoid is L. I am taking Amperian loop. A, B, C, D. So by Ampere's circuital law, line integral of B bar dot dl bar is mu naught times current enclosed. So if coil is of n turns, current enclosed will be number of turns into I, because each this dot 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 is current carrying loop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we are having total n. Now integral of b bar dot dl bar is integration from a to b plus b to c plus c to d plus d to a. So a to b, b bar dot dl bar, all a to b, b to c, c to d and d to a. So this completes one loop. A to b, b and l both are in same direction. So it will be b dl cos 0, which will be b integral of dl. Second one, for b to c, this is l, b dl cos 90 you will get. So that will be b into dl into cos 90 0. Third one, c to d, field is outside, so it will be 0 dl, that means it will become 0. Fourth one, this was A to B, B to C, C to D. Fourth one, D to A. Again, field is perpendicular, see, to the conductor. So it will be B dl cos 90, fourth one. So this is also 0. That means finally I get B integral of dl, rest all are 0. That is B into length. Therefore, from 1 B into total length L is mu naught Ni. This is mu naught Ni upon L. So B is mu naught small Ni, where N is number of turns per unit length. So for solenoid magnetic field, N is where inside is mu naught Ni. Please copy this and remember this formula. Done, na? Yes, completed full. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now for toroid. Toroid. It consists of donut shaped ring. Along its length, the coil is circumference coil is wounded. Now this, if I cut into two parts, that means from here the current will come outward and then here it will enter either cross, 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 or a dot, dot, dot. Now if you see the field, it will go like this. ये होगा field का direction. So if I assume amperes loop of radius r, then it will enclose all the magnetic field which is inside this. So we can say by Ampere's circuital law, integral of b bar dot dl bar is mu naught into number of turns into I. That will become b integral dl mu naught ni. Integral of dl is nothing but circumference 2 pi r of the Amperian loop mu naught ni. So b equals to mu naught ni upon 2 pi r. Number of turns upon circumference, you can write small n I. So formula format is same for solenoid and toroid, but n's are different. For solenoid, it is number of turn upon length. Here, number of turns upon circumference. Please draw these three diagrams and then write this, so that you get idea when you are doing revision. Completed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Note write down. At any point inside solenoid, B equals to mu naught Ni. N means number of turns per unit length. At any point outside solenoid, B equals to 0. At the ends, B dash equals to half of B. Please copy this 3 point as a note. Yes, done.
Yes, sir.
The last part of this chapter, that is cyclotron. Cyclotron. As the name suggests, ट्रॉन मीन्स इलेक्ट्रॉन, साइक्लोन जैसा आता है, मतलब इलेक्ट्रॉन का ऐसा पाथ अगर बढ़ते गया तो साइक्लोट्रॉन जैसा दिख रहा है, साइक्लोन जैसा, तो इससे नाम पड़ गया साइक्लोट्रॉन. So it is a device which produces high energetic charged particles. It is a device which produces high energetic charged particles by increasing its speed. It consists of T-shaped hollow semicircular steel chamber called as Ts, denoted as D1 and D2, with small window in second D. A strong magnetic field by horseshoe magnet Ns, electromagnet Ns, is made to pass perpendicular to the plane of 2Ds. A high frequency oscillator of the order 10 raised to 7 Hz is connected across gap, which will accelerate the charged particle. Now, ionized charged gas is created, which is made to pass through center. D1 is kept at negative potential so that it attracts this positive charge. As soon as it completes half revolution, polarity is reversed. That means this becomes plus and D2 becomes minus. So it pulls that charged particle towards itself. Again polarity gets reversed. So this process continues till velocity increases, and then the high energetic charged particle is brought out through the window made to strike the target material. Just draw this diagram, then we'll see working. For 12th this year they have deleted this part, but they have told NEET mein everything will be changed, so we are doing. Just write this heading, draw this small diagram.
Done, sir.
Okay. See, now how it works. When charge Q enters magnetic field, it experiences magnetic force QVB, that is mv square upon r. One v I can cancel, so we get QB is m, v by r is called omega. Therefore QB is m into 2 pi by time period. Time period is m into 2 pi upon QB. So thus time period does not depends upon velocity and radius. This is favorite theoretical MCQ. Does not depends upon velocity and radius in cyclotron. Right further.
Done, sir.
Okay. Now, entire theory of this magnetic field of electric current we have completed. One small magnetic moment in terms of charge I am doing. Then coming Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I will complete all MCQs of this chapter along with magnetism for you. So coming week we complete magnetic effect of electric current plus magnetism. Now I think major syllabus of yours is completed. EMI started.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So if EMI started, that means I think everything is done for you. After this AC circuit, atoms, molecule, nuclei, electrons, photon.
Not done.
Okay, so only these two are left to be started. Because if EMI sir has started, he will complete AC. It is same. After this, semiconductor not started.
No.
So three chapters left out in part 2. That means as per our target, as I said, 15th April, we are going to complete your entire syllabus. Chalo, next part. Dipole moment for coil of N turns carrying current I, dipole moment M equal to Ni. A very important formula to be memorized by you. I said this same formula I am converting in terms of charge. M equals to Nia. Now N means number of turns. Current can be written as rate of flow of charge. I am assuming electron. Area is pi r square. If you take any charge q, then q by t. Number of turns per unit time is called as frequency, or if turn is 1, then time taken is called time period. Time period is nothing but 2 pi r upon b. 1 r cancels, pi gets cancelled. So this is q b r upon 2 is formula for dipole moment for moving charge. Please complete. If electron, then EBR, alpha particle, then 2 EBR upon 2. That's all for today. Please revise all the formula. I have sent you one PDF which contains nearly 200 MCQs. So daily 20, 20, 20 you have to solve. And the lectures I will first discuss the doubt of that. So your next lecture is on Tuesday. Not Tuesday, Thursday. Is it okay if I take lecture at 4:30 again?
Yes.
4:30 to 6 will be convenient for you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Thursday 4:36 extra class. Okay, thank you. Please revise.
Sir, sir, for tomorrow's paper, what you have taught today, that will be included.
Yeah, what portion is there tomorrow, stress?
Sir, magnetic field and magnetism. So magnetism will be there.
No, magnetism won't be there.
So magnetic field, entire thing till what you have taught today.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.